But wow, that was a big rattlesnake.
Are we there yet?
Sometimes our adventures are planned and sometimes they aren't. Often, we just make things up as we go along. This was the case with our adventure in the Everglades. We knew that we would be traveling down through them on our way to the Florida Keys. And of course, never wanting to pass up the chance to see wildlife or a national park, we naturally had to stop. To be honest, I knew very little about the Everglades before we visited. I imagined a steamy swamp filled with mosquitoes, alligators, and snakes. A place where everything wants to kill and eat you. Not surprisingly though, my preconceived notions were completely wrong. Florida is known for its spectacular water features. It's pocketed with amazing springs, lakes, and rivers, as well as surrounded nearly entirely by coastline. However, of all the waterways in the state, none is perhaps more unique than the Everglades. There's nowhere else like them on Earth. But what actually are the Everglades, and why are they so special? Our story starts at Everglades Safari, one of only 3 airboat tour companies authorized by the National Park Service to run in the park.
All right, today we are at the Everglades here in Florida. We're gonna go on a boat tour. It's gonna be fun.
I'm exaggerating.
All right, here we go. Hey. 3rd row. Come over here, Matthew. Sit by me. All right. Ready. Perfect.
Riding the airboat was fun, but honestly, not the best way to see wildlife. This is about all we saw. We did get one fleeting glimpse of an alligator as it violently swam away from the noisy boat, but that was about it. To understand the Everglades, it helps to get a picture of what they used to be like, back before people came to Florida. The Everglades in a nutshell is a very wide but shallow river, and mostly looks like flooded grass. This massive, slow-moving waterway makes its way across nearly 100 miles of southern Florida before draining into the ocean. Before people were around, this river could flow unobstructed from Lake Okochee, that lake, all the way down into the Florida Bay. However, development has changed the Everglades, and dredging, draining, canals, and agriculture have rerouted original waterways. It didn't take long before the impact of man on the Everglades was apparent. Serious concerns for the unique ecosystems of the region led to the creation of Everglades National Park as early as 1947. Since then, Florida has continued to have to fight to preserve the Everglades, especially over the past several decades. There's been an onslaught of invasive plant and animal species introduced to Florida. Non-native species compete for natural resources and kill native wildlife.
All right, well, we finished the boat tour. That was a lot of fun. Really cool. You kind of are drifting all over. Felt like Mario Kart in real life. We only saw one gator. I didn't get quick enough on the camera to get a picture of him.
I saw 2.
But no, Matthew saw 2. But we're just walking along the boardwalk right now, seeing if we see any other gators or wildlife. We saw some basilisk lizards out front near the parking lot, which was really cool. But yeah, trying to see as much wildlife as we can here in the Everglades. Beautiful place.
Baby gator!
Oh, baby gator, baby gator. Let's go over here. What do we got? Baby gator. Oh, there he is. There he is. Look at that. Baby gator. You see him? Good eyes, Matthew. All right, let's see if we can find any more. See if we can find a bigger one. What? You guys see another one?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Right there. Big gator. What?
Oh yeah, there is one right there. He's right there through the fence.
I'm seeing him.
Got it caught in a tree. All right, so we saw a couple gators.
A banana tree in like Mexico or something.
There's the gators.
To explore the Everglades fully would take many weeks, if not longer, especially since most of its reaches are inaccessible by roads. After our visit to the airboats, we decided that we wanted a more natural experience in the Everglades. On our way back from the Florida Keys, we stopped at a visitor center and decided to go on a hike on a couple of trails at a place called Royal Palm. We hope to have a more authentic Everglades experience and see some of the wildlife that the park is known for.
All right, we're in a different part of the Everglades today. We're at Royal Palm. We're gonna go on a little hike on the Gumbo Limbo trail. See what wildlife in the Everglades we can see here. So, let's go. There's a good view of him. Look at that turtle.
Elio wishes him for we could all count this.
Oh, there's a gator. All right, that was really cool actually. We saw a surprising amount of wildlife just for that little trail. Tons of turtles and alligators, really cool. Okay, we're gonna check out the Gumbo Limbo trail now.
The Gumbo Limbo Trail goes through an interesting ecosystem of the Everglades called a hardwood hammock. Hammocks are areas of land that are higher in elevation and therefore mostly dry. The hammocks of the Everglades feel like tropical jungle and are full of beautiful plants and wildlife.
Okay. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that rattlesnake. Right there, there's a huge rattlesnake. Look at the size of that rattlesnake. He is huge. That is a big, no, don't get any closer. He's looking at, he's looking at shaking his tail. Yeah, do not get, oh my goodness, that was a very large rattlesnake. I don't know exactly what type of rattlesnake yet. I need to look it up and see what types of rattlesnakes are here in the Everglades. But wow, that was a big rattlesnake. Probably one of the biggest I've ever seen in the wild, to be honest. We've seen some pretty big rattlesnakes on our adventures, but that one was very large. Definitely had the most buttons on its tail that I've ever seen. It's crazy how camouflage it was. You didn't see it at all, and all of a sudden it just came into focus in my peripheral view, and I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, very cool. Cool to see such a beautiful, beautiful creature out here. Definitely a good reminder though of why you don't just go tromping through the woods without being prepared and without knowing where you're going. I'm loving this trail. It's like walking through the jungle. It's so cool. All right, I gotta catch up with the family. I stayed back to take a bunch of snake pictures. What a neat trail. Very, very cool place. Whoa. A lot of bugs. A lot of wildlife here. I'm amazed by how much wildlife we saw just walking on these two little trails. But very cool. The Everglades is an ecosystem that is fascinating. There's a lot I did not know about the Everglades, and it's really cool to come and see it. It's so big. There's so many parts of the Everglades that, you know, different parts are a little different. But it's fascinating to come and see. All right, that is it for this adventure. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. If you like this, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.